So, Dylan, The Who, Eurythmics, Jimi Hendrix and Aretha Franklin, all now in the Hall of Fame 2005, sponsored by OneTel, and there's still more to come. All of them handpicked by our steering group of musical experts. By the way, great work so far, guys. Next is one of my favourite bands of all time. To introduce them, a man who knows the lead singer perhaps better than most. He's watched his every mannerism, studied how he looks and how he acts. Unfortunately, not his stalker. He couldn't be with us today. Fortunately, instead, the man we have who played him in the movie 24-Hour Party People. Please welcome the very fine actor, Mr. John Simm.
Okay, New Order and Joy Division. Two bands, but one brilliantly talented, creative group of people. They defined a music scene that began in Manchester in the late 70s and would last for nearly 2 decades, producing some of the most exciting music in the world. New Order were the first to really cross over from guitar to dance, and it was they who set the precedent for remixing that has become an integral part of music today. Their use of electronic sounds and the latest technology was groundbreaking, but at the same time they remained a massively successful guitar-based group. Now, by rights, we shouldn't really be inducting 2 bands, and obviously if Ian Curtis hadn't died, then we'd only be inducting Joy Division. So it's a tribute to Ian that after just 2 years and 2 albums, Joy Division are worthy of inclusion, and it's a tribute to the band that became New Order, that they went on to almost single-handedly create a genre of music that has influenced and entertained literally millions of people in this country and around the world. This, folks, is just a taste of their contribution.
They changed the way you look at rock, they changed the way you look at electronic.
What they were doing was completely out on its own.
They spearheaded a wonderful youth culture that dominated the world for 20 years.
It's safe to say that without Joy Division and New Order, the records that I make wouldn't sound the way that they do.
Yeah, hearing Joy Division for the first time was pretty scary, actually. It had this dark intensity about it. It wasn't trying to tone down its message. It was just full on.
They were living in the mid-70s, late 70s world of Northern England. And that's the world that they changed.
You imagine that they lived in this sort of desolate place. Of course, it turned out to be Manchester.
Ian's lyrics were, obviously very personal and, yeah, lonely. Kind of lonely.
He sort of demanded your attention, and you just couldn't take your eyes off him, really. He just had this intensity.
He was riveting. He was the most charismatic lead singer of his generation.
The fact that New Order were able to come out of Joy Division was an incredible achievement.
The fact that they were able to become just as strong a band in a completely different way is remarkable to me. I can't even imagine how they did it.
They were able to make music that was like very emotional, very effective, but also sort of avant-garde and very progressive. They were very experimental in that they were using technology before anyone else was using it.
They've shown that it's all right for a rock band to make dance records.
How does it feel when you treat me like you do?
Blue Mondays for a DJ is kind of instant euphoria.
It sounds even better now. It's so ahead of its time when it came out in 82 or whenever.
Like the bass drum on that record just sounds like a current record,
Tell me how you
I feel.
New Order have always written songs. They haven't just written tunes. Beautifully crafted songs.
It's a soulful brand, it's soulful music.
I can hear the world in their music, you know what I mean?
If you talk to any DJ or any dance producer, they'll invariably cite New Order as an influence. And the same thing, talk to anyone in the world of indie rock, and they'll cite New Order as an influence. So it's amazing that they're just so universally loved.
It's one of those bands that have been consistently great, I think, for me. It's just, they never let me down, you know? Every album's killer.
They totally are my favourite band. They're the band that the records I listen to the most. They're one of the most important bands of the 20th century.
I can't say enough good things about them. I love them.
Hey, guys, you're so cool.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome New Order. Fuck me, I'm famous.
Don't swear.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
swear, don't swear. I don't know what else we can say after that, all those wonderful accolades, except, Sean, if you're here, thank you for making me look thinner. And we'd like to thank all the people that work for us, Rebecca and Andy, our management, Sarge, our heavy-looking security guy there, and everyone else who works and has worked for us. And I'd also like to thank all the people who kept me up till 5 o'clock in the morning in my hotel room last night. Not really, but I'm sure Hooky's got something to say. Hooky?
Yeah, we'd like to thank Ian Curtis, obviously, Rob Gretton and Martin Hannett. I'd like to thank my wife, Rebecca, Jessica, Jack and Heather. Thank you.
And of course, Gillian, who's here with us tonight. Right, we're going to try and find our instruments and play a couple of songs for you. We've got a few hard acts to follow, but we'll do our best. No guitar solos, I promise you.